Welcome to another episode, or to be more specifically, episode 9 of Comment Chaos Live with me, Christian Rauchenwald. I hope you all have a pleasant morning, evening, afternoon, whatever time it is at your place. I'm just going to quickly finish up setting up the chat so I can see it as well, and then we can get started. And also, we're going to obviously use the time to give people a chance to actually get notified about the live stream. Since, as you may know, our Common Chaos live series is a series of spontaneous live streams that are not scheduled. So basically it means if you're not, why did that not update? Okay, if you're not, okay, that also didn't update. Okay, I have to check that. That also didn't, okay, something went wrong with my stream deck, switching to the right channel, stream overlay. Oh yeah, we also have the wrong overlay. So, okay, that's gonna take a second to fix. Thank you for subscribing. Cannot read the name right now, but yeah, that's fixed. Chat highlight is fixed, and chat highlight should also be, let's go there. Okay, so now it looks like we're good to go. Let's check, does that work? Yep, works, okay. And then here we go. As usual, we aim to have those streams around 15 minutes. So they start off by answering the comments that other people might ask on the YouTube videos. And at the end of the stream, so once we're done with the YouTube comments, I will take a look at whatever you guys want to know in the chat as well. So do I need anything else here? No. Before we get started, I'm just gonna circle real quick to Reddit before and then share my screen with you guys. Where do we go? No, not the bell icon, profile and saved. Yeah, so, and then 1 second, there we go. That's the right comment. Yeah, so many of you might have missed it, but let's press screen share and see if that works. Yep, almost. Toggle. Oh, that's great. That doesn't work, and that's also not working. Okay, just a second. Okay, I don't know why everything broke today, but we basically don't need that. We need that. We don't need that. That's pretty much it. But however, I broke something else. So 1 second. Oh God, that's like, there we go. That should be it now. Yeah. I'm not sure what's wrong with my setup today, but yeah, sometimes things happen. We'll have to investigate later. So yeah, first thing, as always, I already shared it yesterday. So there has been an announcement. So obviously KYZ officially opened for everyone on Pi Day 2023, which was the 14th of March, so 2 weeks ago. Please go to kyz.pi in your Pi browser app and complete the KYZ process. Now, the first important note is that your account must be at least 30 days old to become eligible to complete KYZ. So if you just joined a couple weeks ago, then don't worry, just try after a month. So, and then KYZ should be available. Now, the second important part here is that if you are unable to access KYZ, it means that your account has been identified by the algorithm as either being a fake account or blah, blah, blah. And therefore you cannot submit your KYZ application. And if you believe that that has been a mistake by the algorithm, please visit the link below. So I'm gonna quickly open it and then share it with you guys in the chat so that you don't have to type it from the screen. So basically, so if your account is older than 30 days already, I'm not sure my webcam is not showing out there. So if your account is older than 30 days already, then basically go and visit that URL that I'm sharing in the chat right now. If you cannot apply for KYZ. If you have any other KYZ issues, like issues with your camera, whatever it is, then do not use that form. This is solely for people that cannot access KYZ, that have accounts that are older than 30 days, because the algorithm might have wrongly assumed that whatever, they had multiple accounts or there's something else wrong with them. Yeah. So yeah, that's the first thing I wanted to share with you guys today, since Pi Network is one of the more prominent projects. By the way, hi SL and hi Akashi, great to have you guys here. And with that, we actually get to the core of the stream, and that is like answering the comments. Now, yeah, like there's a comment about B Network, a project that I reviewed years ago and that I'm still using every day, although I have yet to make an update about it. They had a lot of development, but not as great as Pi network. So most of the updates with B network have been basically adding offer walls and other stuff that pays users supposedly. So if you complete the offer wall stuff, you get coins that you can withdraw, but also makes money for the people behind B network or the company behind B network. So I'm at the moment like in a 50-50 situation here. That could be great development because it brings funds to the company to fund more KYC verifications and make actual progress. Or it could be a sad moment because it's like just taking advantage of millions of users to make thousands of dollars every month. So yeah, I'm not saying that it's either, so one or the other. I have to do more research on that, and I will eventually provide an update, but those things take time. And yeah, so let's write. There has been a lot of development. Not sure yet if it's good or bad. For now, I'm still using the app and will provide a video update in the, I'm trying in the near future, but my content schedule is actually, shortly. My content schedule is full for the next 6 weeks already. So, but we'll see where it fits. Well, I do have mine. So that's our, today we have a video premiere, by the way. So, and let's add an emoji. So we have a video premiere for, the emoji window is obviously, that's fine. So emoji, we have a video premiere for, and I'm gonna move my webcam actually down here or up here. Up here, it's probably the least annoying, so you can see all of the comment stuff. Thank you for, I don't know who was it on our Discord, I don't remember the username, but thank you for whoever suggested that I pay more attention to that. Really appreciate it. So we have this video premiering later today, which is about a summary of the latest Pi announcements. So everything you need to know if you didn't read it, didn't bother to read it, didn't want to read it, didn't know about it, whatever. And and yesterday we had the comment with the, I don't know if it's rolling eyes or whatever. So I said, don't watch it if you don't like it. And then there's somebody that wants to watch it. So blah, 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 current price, 50 cents per coin, blah, 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 not letting cash out. That's not true. You can cash out on Alpha Network. It just takes time because obviously for you to sell, there has to be somebody that wants to buy. So not true. Payouts are working as shown in the payout proof video that we have here. However, for you to sell, there has to be somebody else that wants to buy, and that's why it's a slow process. That's why it's a slow process. So. Okay, moving on. Actually, we have more comments than usual. So I spotted yours already, Akashi. I already checked out yesterday what you're referring to, and you're so right. I don't even recall that video, but so sending PiCoin video. Okay, why is it that we cannot transfer tokens from our Pi wallets to different wallets such as Trust Wallet? What's the point? What's the point in mining the coin if we can't trade it, and how is it being assigned the value against USD? Like, there's just so much wrong with that comment. I mean, I'm really sorry, but first of all, if you're using Pi network, you should by now know that Pi developed their own blockchain. So if Trust Wallet does not support that blockchain, then it's not Pi network's fault. It's then Trust Wallet that has to add support for the blockchain. So so let's start with that. I'm like, there are no dumb questions, but there are annoying questions that people would not ask if they would at least do a little bit of research. Read the white paper. You want to benefit from a project, you want to make money from a project, then at least you don't have to read every word of the white paper, but look through the paragraphs and everything that has to do with tokenomics, blockchain and stuff like that. Read that part to understand the basics. I mean, you want to profit, so put in 5 minutes of effort to do that kind of research. or read the announcement in the app or something like that. Yeah. 2 seconds. What's the point if we can trade it? Yeah, like really. Yeah. Yeah, I'm actually just gonna point to today's video because that's covering that. Yeah, so check out later today. And yeah, like the last one, nothing is being assigned a value. A value is basically like literally I could, I don't know, take this USB thingy here and agree with you that you pay me $1 million for it, even though you could buy it for 200 on Amazon. If you agree to $1 million, then that's the value. Yeah, that's the value that it has for you because you're willing to pay $1 million for it. Or let's say in production it costs $5, but I'm the only person on the planet that's selling it, and you want it, and that's why you're willing to pay $1 million for it, then the value is 1 million, although the cost to produce it was actually only $5. Yeah. And same with currency. If it doesn't matter if it was Bitcoin, any other currency, the first Bitcoin transaction, 2 pizzas for 10,000 Bitcoin, it was 2 people agreeing, one person saying, yeah, I'm willing to accept Bitcoin for those pizzas, but I want 10,000 for it. And the other person saying, okay, deal, which means they agreed on the value. Then the next transaction could have been completely different because the next guy could have gotten, in quotes, lucky and get 2 pizzas for 5,000 Bitcoin. Yeah. So, and then when we have more and more transactions, and especially when you then have an exchange with thousands of people trading the currency, that's the moment where you then have a kind of like a consensus, because then it's a lot of people agreeing on that value. And what happens, it's very, very easy. I mean, I can't, I don't dare pressing the button to switch to the webcam since that seems to be broken today. But what happens is very, very easy. And that is the following. So initially, where we are right now in the enclosed mainnet of Pi network, there is already daily barter transactions, which means in daily transactions there is a like a consent or an agreement. So like somebody selling an Xbox game like Hogwarts that Irina bought, and Irina and that guy agreed for 340 Pi, although there was another seller that would have sold it for 240 or something like that. Yeah. But that was the value. So around like 25 cents per Pi. Yeah. 20 cents. Yeah. Then in the next transaction, the value is 25 cents. And then there's another transaction where somebody buys something for 50 cents per Pi or sells something and gets basically 1 Pi per 50 cents US dollar and so on. But the moment we are on an exchange, something very basic happens, because that's the moment, you can go to the exchange and, let's say 1 Pi is 10 cents, $1, $10,000, value completely relevant. Yeah. So the moment we have an exchange, doesn't have to be Binance, can be any kind of exchange. Then you have a platform where, if you go there, you can deposit your Pi or your dollars or euro, and you can then sell your Pi or buy Pi with your currency. And you see there 1 Pi is valued at, let's say, $1. Yeah. Which means if I approach you and tell you I will buy your Pi for 90 cents per Pi, you will say no, because you know that there you get $1. Yeah. On the other hand, if I'm dumb, I wouldn't be dumb enough. On the other hand, if you are asking me, hey, will you buy my Pi coins for $1.10? I will say no, because I know on the exchange I can buy it for $1. Yeah. So the only thing that an exchange listing does, if there is enough volume behind it, so enough trading activity, is to kind of like define the consensus value. What do most people agree on is the value? If you then believe Pi should be worth $314,000 is completely irrelevant if 90% of people actually on the exchange trade it for $1, $5, 5 cents, doesn't matter. Yeah. If you then go and say, I'm going to sell my Pi, and you list it for 1 Pi, $340,000, yeah, you can list it, but nobody will ever buy it as long as there are people that are willing to sell it for less. Yeah. So there is no assigned value. The only thing that has an assigned value are backed cryptocurrencies, so like stable coins,
where you actually, and not even all of them technically, but if we look at USDC, so the stablecoin from Coinbase, they actually have $40 billion in reserves, and most of that is in cash or in bonds. So like not in wanky investments or so, but also in US dollar investments that are in quotes stable, which means we know that one USDC has the value of $1 because for every USDC that is circulating as crypto, there is actually a little bit more than $1 right now in the reserves. Yeah, so that if we all would want to cash out, it wouldn't crash the market because there is that USDC reserve. Yeah, and so those are the only cases where you have an assigned value, and not even there is it an assigned value because there it's just a copy of the dollar value. Yeah, and since we happen to internationally mostly use dollar as the denomination, so when we talk about things, this is $50, this is $100, it makes it seem like the dollar is a stable value in that case. But as soon as we look to another currency, so if we would say, okay, we compare USDC to euro or US dollar to euro, we suddenly see as soon as we compare it with another currency, we again have fluctuations. So there's again a change in value, and that change in value obviously is supply and demand, but mostly it's human consent and human belief. So if you want to sell something for a price, as long as there are people willing to pay that price, well, that's the value it has. If there's nobody willing to pay that price, well, then it apparently doesn't have that value, and you then lower your price until you find somebody that is willing to pay that lower price. Yeah, and yeah. Oh my God, I cannot even pronounce it. Fufa Diga. Yeah, I cannot pronounce it. But hi, greetings to Italy from Germany in this case. Yeah, and yeah. So yeah, now write it all in the number 3 point. Yeah, and Akashi mentioned the guy did not regret the decision. So the guy that spent 10,000 Bitcoin on 2 pizzas. And it's clear that he did not, because, I mean, maybe back deep down he does it slightly, but maybe he also understands that without this transaction, Bitcoin might have not gone on the journey that it has, because one important point of any kind of like currency or payment method or legal tender is you have to establish that people are actually willing to accept it as a legal tender, as a payment form of payment. Yeah. And that is also why all those transactions that are happening right now in the enclosed Pi network mainnet, so we're already on the mainnet, we're just not allowed to sell or buy it for fiat or crypto. And while they are so important, because all of those transactions are showing there are literal businesses. So from whatever, like from, I mean, there are people like that just, I want to sell that used book and I'm going to list it on Pi Chain Mall or something like that and sell it for Pi. Or you want to sell your old TV and you sell it for Pi. So there are people or consumers or regular people, but there are also businesses like Games for Pi or some grocery stores in the Philippines and some small stores in Vietnam that actually are willing to accept Pi coin as form of payment for their goods, which is a super essential step because it proves Pi coin is an accepted currency. Yeah. And while the value might vary depending on where you go, so 20 cents, 25 cents, somewhere in Asia, they might actually do transactions for $100 per Pi still or so. Yeah, who knows? But it's an important part of the process. Without all those transactions, so without people on one hand spending some of their Pi and other people willing to accept it, well, Pi would just be a theoretical like thought experiment, because when it then gets listed on the exchange, we wouldn't even have a remote idea of does it even have any kind of use case? Can I use it to pay anywhere? And what kind of value is reasonable to accept, yeah, or expect? Another thing there with right now with the barter trading instead of an exchange listing, because we're still in the enclosed mainnet, and that's really, really important. It's just so ingenious. Because you might notice in the comments of my videos or on social media or in the chats, there are often people asking, how can I sell? Do you want to buy? I want to sell. Yeah. So there is like, I'm not saying that it's 50% or 20 or 80%, but there is a lot of people still. I mean, you have to consider there's 45 million users. So there's like, I don't know, maybe 1 million users, maybe more, that just want to get rid of their Pi coins. Yeah. Now imagine if tomorrow we would have an exchange listing, and then there's 1 million people that just sell all their Pi. So 500 Pi, 2,000 Pi, and so on. What would happen with the value of Pi coin? Yeah. So because the other, whatever, if 1 million wants to sell, the other 45 million, some of them are going to buy, but many of them will be, well, I anyway already have a couple thousand, why should I buy more? Yeah. And then the value would plummet. However, right now with that barter trading, so with having the first businesses and also regular people that are willing to accept PiCoin as a form of payment, you have people that believe in the project that can accumulate more because I'm selling my used book and you give me Pi, you get the book, I get more Pi. And businesses that believe in the project and assume, so I'm fairly certain Games for Pi, for example, is selling anything from like game consoles, computers, hard drives, anything you can imagine, they are listing for sale in exchange for Pi. So I'm fairly, and they use around 20 to 25 cents per Pi. So I'm fairly certain that they believe or are strong of their opinion that Pi will be worth more than that in the future. So right now, they are making a good deal. I mean, there's risk involved. Yeah, there could still be something happening and Pi could in the end trade for 1 cent. Who knows? Yeah. But so they make the, in quotes, gamble or business risk to say, okay, we're going to sell all that stuff. We pay with fiat to buy it, and then we sell it for Pi coins, and we accumulate Pi at 20 to 25 cents per Pi because we believe it will be worth more. So, while on the other hand, the great thing is if we say there is 1 million users that want to sell their Pi coins, well, they can right now spend it. They can buy stuff. So you can buy an Xbox with your Pi coins and you sell the Xbox on eBay and suddenly you have US dollars, euro, whatever you want. But you did not damage the value of Pi because you did not sell it on an exchange. You instead, with your transaction, actually help the project because suddenly there's another transaction that proves that people are using Pi for payment, that companies and businesses are accepting it. Yeah. So yeah, I'm actually not going to address point number 3 here. Yeah. So. Or actually, I'm going to link to this live stream, yeah? So not sure where I started the renting quotes, but let's copy the link, yeah? Episode, what do we have? Episode 9? Yeah, episode 9. Why do I not see the link for episode 9? Can I copy it from here? Edit, open widget, share, comment. Okay, there, that's the link, okay. Yeah, so should do that. Actually, I should do that instead of, that would be like a feedback loop. Instead of writing the answer in the comments, I'm going to answer it in the stream and then going to leave the comment, check out the live stream at whatever, 2 minutes 17 or so, yeah. We're already a little bit in overtime today, so we still have 10 comments. We're going to, I'm not sure if I will, so I will answer them after the stream written, but I will quickly go through them for you guys here. I don't even think we're the ones locking our Pi at touch nowhere. And yeah, like that's 95% of all problems or issues sit in front of the computer. Like no Pi got locked automatically. Everybody goes through the migration checklist and has to define the lockup setting. And once you select it, it's locked in. And then, yeah, like you either remember that or you don't. But yeah, my KYZ is still stuck and it's still in progress, blah, blah, blah. So you just have to wait. Yeah, like that's Akashi tagging a video where I talked about Gada wallet and also no, that was what Best Crypto Wallet, yeah, Gada wallet, and mentioned a project called Phonium, which started out with a lot of potential. It was also one of those 1 click per day apps, but they already had some games going, and then basically pulled 3 rug pulls in a go by introducing new kind of tokens. And in the video, I'm actually saying like I'm really positive about the coin. And I actually invested in that coin. So like that's one of the projects where I lost a couple $100. Thankfully not more, but still, yeah. And yeah, but so Akashi, well done finding that, yeah. If you're curious, it's in the video Best Crypto Wallet 2021 that you can find on my channel, and then there it is 6 minute or 6:24. Yeah, what about those that are not getting slots to complete their KYZ? That would be what I covered in the initial beginning of the stream. So that if you still cannot submit, then likely you have been flagged and you have to fill out that damn form. I have the feeling either there's a lot of scammers, spammers, fake accounts out there that are just crying, yeah, complaining, or that the algorithm simply isn't as good as it should be. It's hard to say which is which, yeah. But yeah, Yeah, I get invitation for KYC submission a lot, but I'm always taken straight to the liveness video recording and I don't proceed from there. Can I change my phone and download Pi app? Yes, you can. You can just install Pi on another phone and then do it there. Yeah, that one we already answered. So that was actually that reply here. I'm not sure if, I don't think it's right now 54 cents. Oh, it actually increased again. Oh, I'm going to be happy. So we were already down to like 0.0 there. So we were already down to 0.0 something. So that might have to do with the new games that Alpha Network released, which I'm going to cover in a video in a week or so. Should be released next week. Already recorded it, just have to schedule it. That's nice to see, which means we might finally get to see that number increase to 2,000 or so. Yeah, let's see if that lasts. Because if that lasts, oh my God, yeah, like, I mean, calculator. What do I have? what do we have? 54. Yeah, like I don't think that I will be able to sell Alpha Coin for $1.6 million. But yeah, like great to see the price going up again. Just have to wait. But anyway, we already answered that one indirectly. So nice content, watching your videos for years now. Oh my God, poor you. Yeah, like so. But no, thank you at the same time. And yeah, shout out to Jason O. So I'm grateful for anyone that watches my videos. I'm doing my best to share helpful comments, yeah, and or helpful comments, provide helpful content that helps you guys, saves you some time on research and shows you new projects. I'm not always getting it right. I'm also human and make mistakes. And I'm really appreciative of anybody that takes the time to watch my videos, yeah. Yeah, Hexa Network, I don't know, but Jason, you can check out. I'm gonna open a new tab, YouTube. So we just recently, keep an eye on the community tab. We're gonna introduce a new live stream community. So we're gonna introduce a new live stream that's gonna start next Wednesday. And for that, we actually ask in the community what people are looking for, what projects they want to have reviewed. And then there they can submit their suggestions. And from there, we pick one that we will review then on that live stream. That will always be first Wednesday of the month will be that live stream where in a live stream, I will review a project and show you exactly what I'm looking for when I try to determine if it's definitely a scam, complete waste of time, or if it looks at least legit and has potential, yeah. And yeah, so I'm going to answer that later. First here, yeah, congrats on the comment as well, Jason. KYC has already, yeah, blah, 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 coins migrated, yeah. So migration just have to wait, so there's nothing special to do for that. And with that, we would have the comments done. So I said I will answer that written version then after the stream, so we don't extend this much longer. Let's check the chat real quick. How can I put my Pi in a wallet or just leave my Pi in the app? I KYC already. You have the Pi wallet in your Pi browser app. That's your Pi wallet, yeah? So, and if you're wondering how to put it in another wallet, circle back 15 minutes ago or so in the stream, I actually covered that. So, yes, I'll always find you. Yeah, you're just hunting down the mistakes that I made, yeah? So you can point them out. But I appreciate it, yeah? It's like kind of like nice to see that somebody pays attention, yeah? Alpha becoming king without any notice. You know, that actually makes me wonder for a second. So, I mean, Alpha theoretically, right now, it shows that basically the price would be 47 cents per Alpha coin, yeah? And it's a project that has not provided any proof that they are running on a real blockchain. So you have a blockchain explorer in the app, but for a decentralized crypto, you would need a node software, like you have the Pi node, that people outside of the project can run to make sure all the transactions are actually, like decentralized and cannot be manipulated. So they're lacking that, and they're lacking a million other things. But they actually have their own exchange app where you can buy and sell the Alpha coin, and it's working. So I said, I have a payment proof video. You can literally sell it. It takes time because, as you can see, there's 100 people more, or for every person that wants to buy, there's 100 that wants to sell. So it really is slow selling, but it works, and the withdrawals work. And so as said, it's 47 cents. Yeah. Then we have Pi Network with a theoretical maximum supply of 100 billion. Yeah. where right now in barter transactions, the value is around 20 to 25 cents in most of the spaces that I'm following. There might be spaces where it's more or less, but that's the value that I see most often, yeah. With a cryptocurrency that right now cannot be traded, yeah. And then on the other hand, you have, and that's really like, it's such a, I don't know, like it just proves again that value comes from perception. So on the other hand, you have High.com, a project that is like transparent about the owners, that has official partnerships with Clearbank, Moorwind, and MasterCard, that has a product or multiple products in the form of the first debit crypto cashback card. So a card that allows you to really, you pay with the card, but at the same time, it actually sells your Bitcoin or Ethereum or something to pay the transaction. That has IBAN bank accounts, so for European users and international users as well, real bank accounts in your name, and their token and a supply of 13 billion. So it has like an eighth of the supply of Pi Network. Really big partnerships with things like MasterCard, and a great product with the cashback cards and so on, and it trades at 1 point something cents. Yeah, so I'm not saying that Pi is, or it brings up the question: is Pi undervalued? Is Pi overvalued? Are both undervalued? Is Alpha Network overvalued? And if Alpha Network is like this, yeah, then also in comparison, so Pi has a theoretical supply of 100 billion. Alpha Network has a supply of 500 million, according to their own claims, yeah. So theoretically, if Alpha trades at 47 cents, and right now they both basically have the same use case in both, with Alpha Network actually being one step ahead because you can literally exchange it on their, in quotes, exchange. But if Alpha Network would have a fair value of 47 cents with that supply, well, then how can a cryptocurrency with 100 billion in supply have a value of 25 cents? Yeah, I'm not saying that any of those values are wrong. I'm just trying to drive the point home from earlier that value just comes from what people agree on. And in one project with those metrics, they might agree on this value. And in another project with completely different metrics that are actually maybe better metrics, they suddenly agree on a completely different value. Yeah, so it's a little bit mind blowing. Yeah. But let's try and see if I can switch back here without blowing anything up. Yeah, it works. Yeah. Yeah, like we covered all of that. So been mining Pi, so is that mine, and also does Pi have a price? Yeah, just watch that live stream from the beginning. Honestly, it's worth it because otherwise I'm repeating myself for another 5 minutes. And other than that, check out some of the other videos that I published about Pi Network. They really answer all your questions. At the end of the day, you want to profit from the project, so spend a little bit of time to watch like half an hour of videos or read the white paper to get your answers so you understand the project better. I know I could answer it now again, but it just means that I keep repeating myself over and over again, which I don't want to do, which is the reason why I'm in the first place recording videos, so that I have one video that answers one specific question and can answer it for 100,000 people, and I don't have to say the same thing 100,000 times. Yeah. But yeah, anyway, that's it for today. We went a little bit over time, so pretty much a lot over time, but I think we also got a lot of useful information in there. I'm still going to answer the comments I said like in written form now in peace. And thank you all for tuning in. There will not be Comment Chaos live during the weekend, so I'm really trying to keep my weekends free lately. So I also have something like a private live. But there will be probably most likely another episode on Monday. So don't forget to, like, subscribe, enable notifications. Other than that, what else is there? There is no daily market mastery live stream today because I'm keeping my Friday afternoons free as well. But there will be a gaming stream on my Twitch channel in the evening. The Twitch channel is linked in the Discord. It's also linked on the main profile page on YouTube, so on the main channel page. If you're curious, today we're starting Thief on the Xbox, so it's also an older game that kind of like continues the Dark Project series, if I'm not mistaken, and I'm really looking forward to that. So if you just want to casually hang out a little bit without all the crypto and finance talk, then join me on Twitch. It's at 7 p.m. GMT +2. The stream starts, and we stream for like almost 3 hours. So like I'm gonna go offline around 10. And yeah, so that's it. Thank you all for tuning in. See you all in another video or live stream, hopefully, or on our Discord or in the comment section. Till then, bye-bye, and have a